Hello friends, welcome to Decoded Buddha. There are some thoughts we don't post on social media, some feelings we don't even share with our best friends. Thoughts like, maybe I wasn't meant to be here. Maybe this world would be better without me. Maybe I'm too broken to be fixed. If these words feel familiar, I want you to know you are not alone. And this story is for you. Long ago in Buddha's time, there lived a monk named Vatsagotra. He had left his home, his comforts, his family, all in search of peace. But even in the peaceful forests, his mind was screaming. He meditated, he followed the rules, he tried to quiet his thoughts, but they kept coming, louder, darker, heavier. Why can't I focus? Why am I not like other monks? Why do I feel like I'm failing, even on the path to freedom? And one night, sitting under a tree, he whispered the words no one had ever imagined a monk would say, "I don't want to live anymore." What happens in the brain before such thoughts appear? Before we continue the story, let's understand something important. Scientifically, most people think suicidal thoughts come from weakness, but in truth, they come from pain that has no language. Let's look at what happens in the brain. 1. The overactive amygdala. The amygdala is the brain's fear center. It activates when you sense danger. But in people with chronic emotional pain, trauma, or anxiety, this center becomes overactive, even when there's no actual danger. The result? Constant sense of panic, emotional flooding, irrational fear of failure, feeling like something is wrong, even when everything looks fine. 2. Low serotonin and dopamine levels. These are the feel-good chemicals in the brain. They help you feel joy, motivation, and calm. In people with depression or prolonged stress, these chemicals often drop to very low levels, so even small problems feel huge. Even good things don't bring joy. Even sleep doesn't heal. 3. The default mode network, DMN. Overdrive. The DMN is the part of your brain that wanders, thinking about the past, future, regrets, failures, what-ifs. In a healthy mind, DMN slows down during rest or meditation, but in a distressed mind, it goes into overdrive. You begin to ruminate, think the same painful thoughts over and over again, like a loop that never ends. Why am I like this? What's the point? No one will understand. I just want this to stop. So why do suicidal thoughts appear? Because the brain is in pain without solution. It's not because the person wants to die. It's because they don't want to keep living like this. It's not about death. It's about ending the suffering. That's where Buddha's wisdom becomes more than spiritual. It becomes deeply psychological and healing. The next morning, Vatsagotra, tired and numb, walked to the Buddha. And he said, "Bhante, I have failed. I cannot control my mind. Even in meditation, I feel more chaos. Sometimes I think it would be better to just end this." Buddha looked at him, not with shock, not with judgment, but with deep stillness. Then he asked softly, "Vatsagotra, if you were holding a small oil lamp and the wind began to blow hard, what would you do?" The monk replied, "I would protect the flame with my hands so it doesn't go out." Buddha smiled. Exactly. When the mind is in pain, we don't destroy it. We protect it. With care, with patience, with understanding. Like the lamp, your mind too can shine again. Buddha didn't tell him to be strong. He didn't say think positive. He didn't give him guilt. He just reminded him that the pain was real but not permanent. That the mind was disturbed, but not damaged. That suicidal thoughts were not evil, they were a signal. This suffering is not who you are, Buddha said. It is a storm, and even the strongest storms pass. And something inside Vatsagotra shifted, not suddenly, not magically, but gently. He saw that he didn't need to run away from his mind. He needed to sit with it, with kindness. All conditioned things are impermanent. This was Buddha's core insight. Pain, it changes. Thoughts, they come and go. Emotions, they rise and fall. Suffering, it has a beginning and an end. Buddha taught that attachment to any emotion or thought, even suicidal ones, is like holding fire in your hand. To let go is not weakness. To stay and see it pass is strength. Vatsagotra did not become enlightened the next day, but he began again. He stopped fighting his pain and started observing it. He stopped believing every thought and started questioning them. Over time, the same monk who wanted to disappear became a source of light for others, not because he had no darkness, but because he had learned to walk through it. What are suicidal thoughts really? Let's go deeper now into what science says happens inside a suicidal mind. Because these thoughts are not madness, they are not weakness, they are a response to extreme inner pain when the brain believes there is no way out. People with suicidal thoughts often experience what psychology calls cognitive distortions, mental lenses that twist reality into something darker. Here are the common ones. Black and white thinking. If I fail once, I'll fail always. Mind reading. Everyone must think I'm a burden. Emotional reasoning. If I feel worthless, I must be worthless. Catastrophizing. This pain will never end. These thoughts aren't the truth, but when they repeat often enough, they start to feel real. Studies show that in people with suicidal ideation, the prefrontal cortex, decision-making, becomes less active. The default mode network, overthinking center, becomes hyperactive. There is increased inflammation in the brain. The nervous system becomes stuck in fight or flight mode. In short, the brain is stuck in a loop, and that loop screams, escape, escape, escape. But what if, instead of fighting those thoughts, we watch them? What if, instead of controlling the storm, we let it pass? That's where Buddha's timeless method begins. When Vatsagotra confessed his wish to die, Buddha didn't try to fix him. He didn't say, stay strong. He didn't say, don't think that way. He said, observe. See the mind, but don't become it. Let the thoughts rise and fall like waves in the ocean. This is the essence of Buddhist meditation, especially the practice of Satipatthana and Anapanasati. It is not about controlling the mind. It is about becoming the one watching it, and this changes everything. When you observe a thought, you move from being its victim to becoming its witness. You shift from, I am worthless to, my mind is saying I am worthless. But is that the truth? This distance gives you space to breathe, to survive, to see that every thought, like every cloud, will pass. A simple practice, even in pain. You don't need to be calm to meditate. You don't need to believe in anything. You just need to sit and watch. Here's a method Buddha would offer, and modern psychology agrees. The 3 anchors practice anchor. 1. The breath sit or lie down. Feel your natural breath, in and out, don't control it. Just watch anchor 2. The body, notice the contact between your body and the ground. Notice tension in your jaw, shoulders, stomach. Relax without force. Anchor 3. The sound around you. Notice the sounds in the room, the fan, the birds, the hum of life. Let the world be present with you. Every time your mind says, I want to escape, you come back to these 3 anchors. Not to run away, but to stay here until the storm passes. Buddha said, even the darkest night ends with the coming of dawn, and even the most painful thought ends. If you stop feeding it, your mind is not evil, it is not broken, it is wounded, and it is trying to protect you in the only way it knows. But now, you know more. You know this pain is not permanent. You know that the flame is still there. And you know that you can start again, gently, patiently, with compassion. What's happening? What helps cognitive distortions, black and white thinking, hopelessness, mindful observation, seeing thoughts without reacting, low serotonin and dopamine. Meditation improves these over time. Fight or flight nervous system. Breath plus body awareness calms it. Feelings of isolation. Compassion practice. Plus shared wisdom. Suicidal ideation loop. Space through stillness and anchoring. You don't need to be strong right now. You don't need to fix everything in one day. You just need to stay. You just need to take one breath and watch that breath. And if you can do that, even once, you've already begun your healing. If this video gave your heart a little light today, then don't keep it inside. There are so many people out there silently asking, does anyone understand what I feel? Please, like this video. It helps us reach those who need it most. Share it. Someone in your world might be on the edge. Subscribe to our channel, Decoded Buddha, because every week we bring Buddha's wisdom plus brain science together to heal your mind. And for more articles, guided practices, and deeper teachings, please visit our website, www.decodedbuddha.com. The thought of ending it is really a wish to end the pain, but pain doesn't last forever, and neither will this thought. Stay with us. Stay with yourself. Your life is not a mistake. It's a flame, and it's still burning, and that is enough.